Avery Howard here with Kenny Bell. We got our second open practice today.
Yep.
You watched what Coach Rule over the weekend said was one of their bright spots
Yeah.
this spring. O-line, what did you see? What did you hear?
Yeah, I spent my morning with the Hogs. It's a tough time of year, right? To get excited about football and go out there and be physical in the beginning of April with your teammates wearing the same jerseys, it's not an easy thing to do. So uh, to see the physicality and hear the pads popping down there on that end of the field was certainly a bright spot. It's early in the year, but to see those guys getting after it during this time of spring, obviously it's hard to do, right? Football is a fun game to play, brutal game to practice. So to see those guys bringing it this morning was awesome, and to see the tight ends get down there and start working in with them was also great to see as well.
Yeah, one of those players that you mentioned after
Yeah.
watching was Heinrich and just how he's getting acclimated. What did you see to just maybe some more comfort from him?
Yeah, I'm biased towards Heinrich. I like the kid a lot. I think he's a tremendous talent. To see him get an opportunity at tight end, I think would be great this year. Obviously, making the transition from quarterback to tight end is very difficult, right? I think the biggest thing that's going to be for him, he's going to be able to make plays in the passing game. It's going to be getting that run fit and that footwork in to get him involved in the run game. That might be difficult, but I've got faith in the young man.
Yeah. How do you think his position at quarterback will give him an advantage at tight end? Just knowing he knows what the plays are supposed to look like,
Yeah.
he knows, how to read defenses. How do you think that might impact his game?
That's a great question. I think he has an advantage, right? It's very advantageous for him. It's really just getting that physicality and getting on that end of the line. Like putting your hand in the dirt against a D end is like it's not fun, right? So more respect to him. I think he can get the job done. I think it's going to be getting him the repetitions throughout the spring and then getting into the fold come fall camp, and he might settle in nicely at the spot.
Yeah. Last thing we saw at practice was routes on air.
Yeah.
What's the most important thing about that drill?
Yeah, surprisingly, only time I watched the receivers was routes on air today. But timing is everything with quarterbacks, wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends. Timing and spacing creates completions for those guys. To see them working hard towards that this early in camp is great. They had four quarterbacks going, four lines of routes going simultaneously, and that gives the guys also a chance to get in rhythm on their routes. So it gets the quarterbacks the entire vision of the field. It gets the wide receivers, running backs, and tight ends the rhythm, and obviously it gives the timing for everyone with the ball being delivered. So it's good to see that. Usually, I mean, even when I was at the NFL level, we ran usually two at a time. To see them running four is great because obviously they got the numbers to do it. So yeah.
You mentioned it's the first week of April. We've only seen two open practices. It's early. We like to see some action out there, but what's the most important thing as a player this early in spring ball?
Yeah, obviously it's so early. You don't want to get too excited or too low. So I think being a thermostat, right? This is what we used to say. Being a thermostat, not a thermometer, is just keeping that constant temperature of being excited to go out there and get better every day, attacking the day every day, seeing how we can collectively get better. And that's what we're seeing around the university and around the team. And that's what it's hard to build momentum for the season in April, right? But if you can have that attitude, we can just get a little bit better every day. And I think that's a great attitude to have, and I think that's what we're seeing out of the program.